Hi everyone, how are you doing? I should probably tell you a wee bit about what I've been up to. Like today's been actually a really fun day for me. Sorry, my hair's kind of scraggly. I was teaching one of my workplace choirs, and then I kind of was cutting it a little bit fine, so quickly kind of hopped on the bus and ran down the road so I could teach in the afternoon. Had a little break, did some more teaching. Had a little break, did some more teaching. Had a little break doing the webinar. So it's been a lovely music-filled day, filled with lots of singing, lots of fun. It's been an excellent day. Excuse me, got hiccups. So yeah, what it's kind of like when I was thinking about, I'm looking forward to doing my webinar and stuff again. My mind, as it does, went off on a kind of wee bit of a tangent and thought, what songs do I know that involve like time in the song, like say the song title or part of the lyrics or something? So that thing where you kind of meant to do a wee bit of work and then you kind of don't and your mind wanders and then you find yourself a wee bit like doing some Facebooking, doing that kind of thing of just like your mind meandering a little bit or something. So that ended up with me doing a quick kind of search on YouTube for that song, 21 seconds. I got 21 seconds to go. I got 21 seconds to go. Solid Crew or something. And I thought, that was the first song that I thought of, like a song that has time in the thing, in this title or the lyrics or whatever. So that ended up with me doing a quick YouTube kind of search for the video. The video's still there. It's got over 3 million views. And I was like, oh, good on them. So Solid Crew, like still going. I have no idea. But yeah, copied the YouTube link and then went on to Giphy and made a little GIF. And I think I put it on one of my things for my Facebook like page, a little reminder of the webinar, but it wasn't really one that made much sense. It was more like me doing a snippet of So Solid Crew, 21 seconds to go. And then, oh, by the way, my webinar is starting in an hour or something. But you know what? It made me happy. I was just like, you know what? I like this. I'm gonna run with it. But then I would be totally remiss if I didn't mention one of my husband's like kind of favorite bands, Iron Maiden. Throw some goats, woo, Maiden. Hi folks, can you hear me all right? Can you like give me a little nod or thumbs up or something? Because I just had some. If you could just let me know that things are okay now. Still, I'm getting a message from somebody. Still no sound. Is that any better? We're just going to wait another couple of minutes. Yes, now working. Way, and we're back in business. Sorry, folks. I'm not too sure if it was me that did something there or not, but yeah. So where were we? I think I was talking about Maiden, throw some goats and all that kind of stuff. But that was another thing that made me realize other songs. 2 minutes? 2 minutes to midnight. I'd love it if you could put something in the comments of like, as we're going through this today, let's work with our brains in the, like, sometimes they want to go off on wee tangents, but it's good for a laugh. Put things in the comments about songs that involve time in the song or the lyrics or whatever, the song title and stuff, then that would be great. So folks, recapping a little bit what we did yesterday, it was all about incorporating the melody into what we were doing. So with that, we were trying to do things like, the good old shower singing, making sure that we're practicing the melody bit in a really relaxed, informal way. So thanks, Neat Pede. He says Time by Pink Floyd. Okay, I didn't even know there was a song called Time by Pink Floyd, but okay. I'll add that to my Spotify playlist as something to listen to. Thanks for that. So yeah, we're looking at the melody being really gentle and everything, good old shower singing. If we're trying to kind of deconstruct what we're doing with the melody, find those difficult bits. Remember I was saying before, folks, that 20 minutes of good quality practice. Good quality means that you're concentrating a lot, you're analyzing a lot. It's a lot of mental brain power going on in this type of practice. but that's worth more than say an hour of you idly just singing through the song over and over again. You're never going to be able to improve if you're just singing on a loop. The way that you improve your ability to sing the song is by isolating the difficult bits. And I know that sometimes it can be a wee bit like demoralizing when you realize, oh, there's bits here that I find really tricky and everything. But they're only demoralizing if you feel like you don't have a way through it. But we've got a strategy. We're doing the siren sounds between the intervals and things like that and building it up. So today we're going into more about how we memorize the song, you know, and I've got things kind of rigged up here. You know, I've got my piano underneath me here. So I'm going to give you a little kind of demonstration of like the song that I've been working on in Burn by Hamilton, and how I've worked my way through and how I help myself with the memorizing. So it means a little later on we'll be actually doing an amended kind of lyric sheet, what I call my little cheat sheet. It's based on the kind of lyric sheet in a similar way, but there's less things in it. So I should explain a little bit before we go into that, and that a lot of the time when I've been speaking to pupils about how are they getting on with memorizing things, a problem that comes up quite frequently is that people, you know, they're saying about get the bumps in the road and stuff, and there's always the same bits that people get wrong, or, you know, confusion between words or something like that. But another thing that people can find difficult is that what made me realize that sometimes people don't get necessarily confused about the words of the song. It's more like it's the structure of the song that they're forgetting. So say, for instance, to kind of prove my point a wee bit, sometimes I'll make a kind of little cheat sheet. And that's basically made of just maybe 2 or 3 different word like prompts, to give you a prompt as to which verse it is that you're meant to be singing right now, or a 1 or 2 word prompt that reminds you what the chorus goes like, or something like that. And I found a lot of the time when I've suggested this kind of little option of doing a cheat sheet to my pupils, that's helped them a lot with getting over the problems of you know, feeling that their memorizing isn't getting anywhere, it's not getting any better. It's not that they don't know all the stuff in the song, they totally know it, they just don't know which order it's in sometimes. So 1 or 2 little word prompts of like, okay, verse 1 goes like, the first couple of words are here, and that's all you need. A lot of the time when people are memorizing stuff, it's like, you just need a little reminder of like, this is what this verse goes like. Or it's like, oh, okay, I got it. Then boom, 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 boom. They can do it, no problem, you know. And so verse 1, a couple of words. If it's a chorus, a couple of words to remind you of what the chorus goes like, what the words are. And that's usually all that people need, is a little prompt to remind them, oh, it's a chorus and this is what it goes like. Okay, I've got it now. Same thing when you go into the second verse, just a 2 or 3 word prompt or something to remind you it's this particular verse. It seems to be that that's the way that people learn things when it comes to songs. They know one verse, they know what it is, but it's like almost like a wee thing that's floating around in the ether by itself. Like, this is this verse, and it's a whole solid thing. Like, woo, and we've got this other verse over here, woo, floating around, and they just don't know which order it's meant to go in. But you see, I mean, like the entire verse is one thing that people have completely memorized. It's very rarely when people are finalizing a memorization of a song that they struggle with parts of the verse. It's more like the order of the verses and stuff. So that's why my little cheat sheet comes in to help you with this. And to give you an example, I've made my little cheat sheet for Burn for Hamilton. Okay. So I was saying just a couple of kind of wee board prompts and stuff. I'm just kind of struggling, to be honest with, sometimes with particular bits of it. So I would recommend doing kind of 2 kind of 3 word prompts or something. But it doesn't mean that you have to, like, you can do a couple more if you'd like to. And you can see here, sometimes I've written like maybe the first couple of letters or something. So say, for instance, that very first verse, the very first part of it, I saved every letter. Can you see that? I know my writing's like, I'm trying to make it really neat. That's probably the neatest writing that I can actually do, but still maybe not the neatest in the world, but that's probably the best I can do. Like, basically, I mean, that's my prompt for the very, very beginning of the song. is I saved every letter. And there's a wee bit halfway through the verse I sometimes get a wee bit stuck on. So that's why I've done Do You Know What Angelica Said for that bit, because that's a total bit of a road bump for me. And then it's another part of the verse. The verses are quite long, to be honest. It's one of these ones where it's like long verses, little tiny chorus. So you and your words, that reminds me, this is kind of like a second part of the first verse. It doesn't really feel like a second verse. It's like one big long verse. Do you know what I mean? It's like a second half of it or something. And then nearer towards the end of the verse, I'm rereading the letters. There's that bit that I always get it wrong. Like I always want to say I'm reading the letters, but no, it's I'm rereading the letters. There's something about the words there that I just get really flummoxed and stuff. I was just looking at the chat thing. Oh, there's Gav. Hi, Gav. Thanks for joining us. Great for you to come and say hello and everything. Finally got a night without work. Oh, that's fantastic. Yay. We can... Oh, I feel a bit bad. Maybe this is also work, but nah, it's not. It's fun, isn't it? Hey, Gav, can you tell me if you know of any songs that have got like references to time in, you know, the title or the lyrics or something? I decided I want to collect them, and my one, 21 seconds to go. I got 21 seconds to go. I'm going to be totally like getting that into people's brains, you know, because, you know, I'm nice like that. I like to share. So the crew are going to have a comeback now. Totally. Okay, so we've got to our bit searching and scanning stuff, and then the world seemed to burn, because that very last bit is like the last bit of that's kind of like the chorus and stuff, but the chorus is tiny. It feels like it's like 2 lines or something, but it's really predictable, so it's relatively kind of simple and stuff in that way. But once you've kind of got your cheat sheet, you know, a couple of wee letters like that and stuff, that's the kind of first kind of couple of points and stuff for today, folks. First of all, it's not really an action step, but it's something that's important to bear in mind, that you might not be struggling with the song itself per se, you're struggling with the structure of it. So bear that in mind, that just how we think to yourself and stuff, is it really that you're struggling with the whole song, or is it more like the order of the song? And then second of all, create this little cheat sheet that I was talking about, you know, a couple of words here and there just to give you a prompt. So the cheat sheets, you know, might be the same kind of size of piece of paper as the lyric sheet. Still got the same format, you know, really clear writing, open sans, like big spaces and stuff like that, because you might still want to do little notes or, you know, circling things or highlighting things. And there's nothing worse, you know, when you're writing something and you feel like you've got no space. So make sure there's plenty of spaces in between each line. Just what I did here, lots of big spaces, you know, take up the whole page and stuff, you know. And so for that kind of thing, you know, once you've got your cheat sheet there, there'll be a lot fewer words in your cheat sheet than in your lyric sheet. So lyric sheet is basically right now all the words. Now we're trying to be quite strategic of which words prompts our reminder, you know, like a little mnemonic or something like that. Okay, so now when you think about the placement, strategic placement of our cheat sheet, it sounds very fancy when it's really not. You know, it's all about the arrangement of what you have at home, like how you practice the memorizing. That's another thing to kind of think about, folks, as part of kind of point 3, strategic placements of yourself, but also the kind of music related furniture and stuff. A lot of people I find when they're practicing is they maybe have a music stand or something, but it almost seems like they're kind of hiding behind a music stand a little bit, you know. So, you know, it's kind of, I can understand it. It is kind of cozy and it's reassuring, kind of being sheltered a little bit by something, you know. So what I'm going to do now is bring my music stand across, and just so you can see, like, this is the kind of layout and the setup that I would recommend. So forgive me a wee minute, it might be a kind of noise and clunking kind of thing as I bring this round. Okay. So we've got our music stand here, guys, and this is what most people do. Okay, I've got my little kind of cheat sheet here. Imagine this is like your sheet music or anything. And if I was performing, it would sit here, right in front of people. Like it's kind of like a little shield, you know. And you're singing and stuff, and it's right in front of you, and it's kind of like, okay, I've got something to hide behind a little bit. So no, strategic placement means we need to think about placement of our music stand in relation to you. So when you've got your cheat sheet, folks, what I'd like you to do is make sure that your music stand is off to the side. So if I kind of set this up to what I would do, and I'm sitting down just now, just imagine I'm standing. It's too much of a faff to move the cameras around to show you. It's too difficult to take ages. So the music stand should really be sitting at the side from you. Think of it as kind of like if you're pointing north and your music stand should be east or west, you know, but it's still facing towards you, and you can have it at a slight angle, like a 45-degree angle, so it's kind of still facing towards you and stuff. You don't want it to be too close to you either. You want it at least an arm's width away or something. Like, say, like, okay, maybe not full arm's length, maybe about half an arm's length or something. So it's still there. You're still using it. It's still helping you to memorize things. And setting it up this particular way has a number of kind of benefits to it. It might feel a little bit weird, especially if you're not used to it stuff. Because first of all, if you're used to hiding behind a music stand, you might feel a little bit like more self-conscious. You might feel a bit more like vulnerable or something. So the first kind of part of this is getting used to not hiding behind a music stand. That will help you. Like, please persevere through it. If it feels a wee bit weird, a bit alien to you, it'll totally help you with just feeling more at ease about performing when you get used to not having anything in front of you. And so the kind of second part of that is that one of the barriers to people memorizing songs is that they're just looking at the lyrics that they have in front of them just out of habit, because there's nothing else to look at or nothing else interesting to look at. They probably know the song a lot better than they think that they do, but because you're just looking at the words all the time, you don't know for sure. So it's kind of like making things a bit more like you've memorized the song, but we haven't completely got rid of the safety net just yet. See? So I've got my little cheat sheet here on this piece of paper here. And so I'm doing is putting it on a music stand. And if I was going to sing right now, this would be the setup that I would have. So that I'm facing this way, music stand is at my side, but it's maybe angled towards me a little bit, so that if I get really stuck, then I could have a quick glance at my cheat sheet and I can look at it really quickly to give me a little prompt, you know? So you're not like out of habit just looking at the words all the time, you know, just like eyes glued to it, you know. People don't realize that they probably could memorize something relatively easily, but they're not letting themselves get into that position of letting the words be further away from them. Yeah. So this is the kind of how I would start to practice memorizing. Music stand at the side. You've got your cheat sheet here, so you're ready to have a wee go. And this I'm going to do just now. Remember, folks, where I've got my piano basically directly below you right now. So I've got that on. Yeah, I've got that on. And what I'm going to do, I've got my little phone here. Is going to play my MP3 backing track that I've got for Burn. So let's just have a go. You know, I've done like listen to the song, and you know, I have practiced what I preach, and I've been listening to the song. I've made my lyric sheets. I've been using the ruler and stuff, and I've been isolating my difficult parts of my melody and stuff, and I've been doing the old shower singing and everything. Found all my resources, found the MP3 file for Burn on karaokeversion.com. So now we're just going to have a go. I'll do like up to the kind of first verse and the chorus and stuff. Okay, guys? Right? So you're being serenaded, aren't you? Like, so lucky. Okay, here we go. I'll put the volume up a wee bit. I saved every letter you wrote me. From the moment I read them, I knew you were mine. You said you were mine. I thought you were mine. Do you know what Angelica said when she saw your first letter arrive? She said, be careful with that one, love. He will do what it takes to survive. You and your words flooded my senses. Your sentences left me defenseless. You built me palaces out of paragraphs. You built cathedrals. Reading letters you wrote me. I forgot it. I'm searching and scanning for something, for every line, for some kind of sign of when you were mine. The world seemed to burn. Yeah, that wasn't too bad, folks. Yeah. There's a couple of wee glitches, but good old cheat sheet and stuff. I think I maybe missed like a half a bar or something. Memorizing is going pretty okay. I want to show you that this is my setup. This is how I would memorize a song. Little cheat sheets are totally the key to getting the final polish on memorizing a song. So the thing is, for you guys, now the last point for today, we're all about action steps. It's all about actionable things that we can do to improve things as soon as we can. So the final point is for you to go and try it, just look ahead of you and stuff, nothing immediately in front of you. There's no music stands, there's no furniture or anything like that, So to summarize our points for today, I'm just going to go over it quickly and everything. I'm going to move my little music stand because I'd like to flip it around. Have a look at my little iPad, and that's my little thing for my chat box and stuff. Oh, somebody said lovely stuff. Oh, thank you very much. That's really sweet. Appreciate it. Yay. That's one of the things that my friend Jan says all the time. Lovely stuff. So yeah, let's summarize our points and everything, guys. Okay. So kind of like a point to, not an action step, but a point to bear in mind when you're memorizing the song. It might not be the words or anything that's getting in your way. It could be the structure. So have a think about that and think, is that the thing that's kind of getting in my way and stuff, And, for anyone, that even if you don't think that that's necessarily the problem, it could be just you're getting a wee bit tongue-tied somewhere and stuff. I would still recommend creating the cheat sheet. So that's the second point. 2 or 3 word prompts of the start of every verse, every chorus. So it'll be kind of like your lyric sheet in terms of format, open sans and everything, writing very, very clear. But make sure that it's a lot more condensed in terms of the number of words compared to your lyric sheet. It's just the prompts that you need for the start of each component of the song, whether that's the verse or the chorus or the bridge or whatever. Strategic placement of our music stand, I think point number 3 for this evening and stuff. Don't be one of the people that we just live behind a music stand and use it as a thing to kind of cower behind and to hide it away from and stuff, especially if you're interested in performing and stuff. And I know it's a wee bit scary and everything, guys, but it's not having this furniture in front of you. You'd be surprised how much people rely on it as some kind of guard. But when you take it away, it can make you feel vulnerable. It can make you feel self-conscious. So just be aware that you might feel like that when you do move it. So that if you're pointing north, your music stand should be east or west, but still angled towards you, 45-degree angle or something. Put your cheat sheet on the side of the music stand. And so you're not habitually looking at this cheat sheet, but it is there. And all you need to do is kind of cast your eyes over really easily. You may have to move your head very slightly and stuff. But position it so that all you need to do is move your eyes or move your head very, very slightly to get that quick prompt that you need. Yeah. So yeah, the final point for you guys is the action step is to take action. Now we've got this cheat sheet and we've got our configuration all sorted and everything. I'd like you to stand up and try it. It might feel a wee bit weird if you're not used to singing without anything in front of you. It can make you feel vulnerable, but please try and persevere through it, because you'll feel a lot more confident in what you're doing at the end of it. So thanks, guys. I hope that helps. Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.